Have we all learned to stay away from restricted facilities? Probably not. Especially not Satan. For what we saw was undeniably someone that really doesn't know any better, someone that can't help themselves, someone that just dashes in whenever there's a mystery to be solved. If she was looking for a threat to her life in a metal humanoid, that's exactly what she came across. But with everything going on, the fake orders from the board of directors, the big scientist guy and his group, I'm probably not going to see a resolution to any of them wrapping up anytime soon, but I know we're in for an exciting time. I just wonder if Misaka needs to wear a suit again. So we're back with the sister in a certain building in District 2. If you suffer a sudden onset of dizziness and faint and then wake up in an unknown place that doesn't quite look like a hospital, guess confusion would reign, but what would your first thoughts be, at least? And considering he's been around Shokoku for so long and been kind of helping carry out plans and whatnot, what's his specialty? Also, considering we got the introduction of that what number was he? Quite low down on the rankings, but level 5, full of guts. He hasn't done anything so far. But I'm guessing, considering we saw Toma turn up in the last one to meet with Satan and see her, things are really culminating to get to that point. A time traveler, she says. Oh no. What if there actually was? That's one way to drive. Apparently exploded and burst into flames. I'm wondering, is this part of one of the old other series is that we watched? I can't remember quite what happened with the buses. How wide-reaching is her ability there? Okay, but there's some severe backlash to it. And was that a shot of Alistair? tapped into something there to help facilitate it. To be fair, if nothing else, to use your powers. I see. Wouldn't exactly be very nice if he was allergic, but I think, are there advanced bicycle helmets just to protect them from her powers? I mean, when you've got someone that can do brainwashing, you would want a prototype. You would want to take some precautions. I think there was more than that she was worried about. Kind of illness. So since it's a prototype of what I'm guessing is the sisters, they actually found a way to try and extend the lifespan by embedding shit into them. You used to have a friend and you've got that bottle. And then one day she vanished. So she thinks it's because she saw the scars and got disgusted out. Didn't want to see her again. But was it really that she asked a few too many questions after seeing it and was refused? Well, you can barely modify it so it's not so distressing of a parting there, but I see. And she actually feels slightly bad about deceiving her like this. But seeing the room that she's been given, foam blocks, lots of educational toys. She's lived her life within this facility and to an extent probably this room as well. She's... oh no, something that could give her away. Here, make it dance. But yeah, hated for her abilities, not talking about the fake persona she's playing as this me character, but actually a bit of Shokiko's real feelings there. Well, we'll hold you to that. You don't smell like her. Have you changed your shampoo? Even if she did work out, it's not her friend. So, no point bringing it up now. They're having fun. Actually using the green tea thing for once. Good shot. Did she do a thorough analysis of how this talked? Did she go off on one line about decorum? You've changed since we last managed to talk. I see. Prove it. Just change her perception to make her think that you got it in. Perfect. Maybe just get a little closer. If somehow she'll manage to miss just dropping it in. Almost. There's a time limit, and no one's rushing in. The prototype, it seems that because she had fun with you today. It seems the implants haven't been quite fully successful. Even if it was only for an afternoon. She being put in storage until they can figure something out. There's currently nothing that can extend it. Also, considering they use the name Dolly for the clone. I think that was the first big story that went about cloning the sheep. Yes, because someone that you've met with, interacted with, calling them a puppet. Some people see there's a little extra there than just a clone. And what if she has already managed to overcome your protections? Is this a facial perception thing, or has she already gotten way past? No, not so many buttons on that one. You need everyone you need under the umbrella. And since they're keeping such a tight watch on them, maybe they should have split up. That makes sense. Kind of conspicuous when you see a big hole that has been the plasma cut through a door. In case they'd be useful later on. Also, yeah, the extent of this exterior, I think from what we were overhearing the scientists say, once the exterior is finished, we won't need use for it. Was it? I see. And she has managed to instead boost it for herself. Which would be a very dangerous thing to give the general public. Oh, it's not Alistair, it's just orange tubes. Yeah, she didn't take kindly to being like not the only one, and also being treated as just a tool. Who would have spread the original rumours? Well, that's not what I thought it would be. But to be able to regrow a brain not only from a small piece, but also to multiple times its original mass. And that's the problem. You've thought about covering so many of your gaps. What about someone without any knowledge? Might be able to see something you've missed. They're running out of time. Is there anywhere to... I mean, there's one way of describing her, but... being able to... I see. And what if, since they're there, you've got someone that can just completely decimate this facility? You know, with Railgun, she'll be able to destroy the brain in a jar, if it needed to come to that. Oh no. Oh no! They might be getting Accelerator involved in this. And the fact that she, while playing cards, understood the gravity of the situation and immediately said, oh shit, this has started happening. Well, one of them managed to somewhat keep on their, well, not on their feet, but a visual representation of it right there. This is really getting goopy girl. This is real getting dangerous. Not easy to some like third-rate villain. You've got the guy who's behind so many of the experiments of the darkness of this city, always at the root. Always one for a swift entrance. So, okay. Well, since she's appeared and made herself such a valuable target. Oh, that was the plan all along. Oh, and someone just happens to over here. I see. It's all going according to plan. Until you throw a few wrenches in there that isn't. Huh. That isn't part of the equation. But yeah, seeing a bit more of Shokiko, seeing that a lot of what she's doing with the building up a friend group that is effectively also under her control. Considering she came up through those scientists, no one that you can really trust, you wouldn't really be able to help yourself from at least having a little backup plan just in case anything happens. But if all the sisters are out for the count, including Last Order, if Misaka has inherited all of that network and become a god, if Kesai has obtained the power of that brain in a jar to have her powers and become such a high-level Esper, it's looking kind of unfortunate, to say the least. We're going to need to call in the powers that be, phone a friend, get a few more involved. And hey, Tom still needs to return that good luck charm. But who would have thought that within the span of a day that Misaki could, Shokoko could become so attached to a prototype clone enough to branch out, try and take down an entire facility organization, have them all under your control, and it was spurred on thanks to that one encounter. And also it's starting to make me think her animosity to the real one, is it stemmed from this as well? It was her DNA that made the extra clones. It's also going to be harder to see the similarities constantly. But you would be fully understanding that, if you got a plan that revolves around cloning, you wouldn't just jump in, start with mass production. You'd need prototyping. You'd need to get a bit of work done first. Iron out the kinks, the lifespan. That's one thing I hadn't really thought about. Not only is it the 20,000 that have been put in production, but there would have been a few before at least. They don't even get a mention. But what do you think of the super-powered up Misaka? The lightning goddess standing on top of a roof. New hairstyle. What can she achieve with the power of a level 6, apart from total annihilation of the entire city, probably? And what or who is going to come along to really put a damper on the situation? Stop Ginsei. But one thing I'm thinking about is this it? Is this the story for Dolly? Because unless there's more flashbacks to be shown, you bring up a character like that, their interactions with someone else that is quite important to the story at the minute, and imply that they were also good friends with someone who has been in and out of the story, been a bit meddlesome, fighting the board of directors of themselves, or at least misusing their assets. I feel like there's a lot more to happen with that storyline. But with time running out and a body that can't really handle it, I wonder what they would have done. But I'm sure you all know. But try not to spoil me with anything down in the comments, but do let me know if you enjoyed the episode. Consider leaving a like and a comment. Possibly even subscribe to the channel. If you've made it this far, I really do need to thank you. All in all, get yourselves a bit of rest. See you in the next one. If you want to be the extra lightning to my power-up, consider joining onto my Patreon, because Electric Ant, Noku, Raywind, Kite, Sal, Arthea, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Gintman, William Welch, Dark Shadow 7899, Mega 42, Finesse Kid, and everyone else has been my playmate for so long that if anything should happen to them, I may just have to take down YouTube as a whole.